This should be good for me. All right, that's good. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, bro, stop breathing. You gotta breathe like young boy.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Ultraprism podcast. This is Gawain here doing the announcements right now. And all head to my left, we have
My nigga, announcements? What the fuck are we
have 3 birthdays today.
correction. Introduction.
3 birthdays.
What's up, y'all? I'm George. My birthday's in 2 weeks. That's an announcement. They don't know. This episode's coming out late. Never mind. My birthday's gonna be in fucking December, but
Oh my god.
I do this pretty quickly. Fuck you.
I'm not talking about you.
Fuck you.
No.
I'm Karlton. I'm the editor, and I do all the other stuff like that. Hello.
With the single teardrop coming out the eye.
Yeah.
And I'm Winston, one of the other Ultraprism podcast members.
One of the others. As if there's any more.
The other guy.
There's 4 of
There's
us.
4 of us. The other one, who else would there be? But you literally helped us.
Archbishop, somebody.
Archbishop, yeah.
Anyway, so normally when we have by, we come by with something planned, with some topics, but honestly, this is just more or less out the blue random. So
Right.
the conversation is gonna go how it's gonna go.
I mean, then if that's happening, 1v1 me and Dragon Ball Fighter, since we not really like recording nothing. I'm coming in here thinking we're about to talk about some crazy. We're not even doing none of that.
This nigga's built different. Like the whole stomach jiggled when he said that. Get off your phone, Winston.
Huh?
Get off your phone.
Oh, alright.
Turn off the notifications, bruh.
They were on, man.
Speaking
He was sitting there like,
You don't be talking to nobody. You just be texting himself.
that's really
We
fucked
had
up.
a great day today, didn't we? Yeah.
You probably talk to us out to be like, you had a good day today. Be like, nah, nigga, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, that double.
You know how some niggas are just built different? That's his brain.
No, his brain built not that different.
Bro, you got smooth brain. Don't talk to me.
Stop
man.
talking, man.
You got smooth brain.
Have you guys ever seen those memes on Twitter where it'd be like, what would you do? And it's like a meteor hitting the earth. Those are stupid. I hate those so much.
What would
but
you do?
I love the replies.
What would you do? What would you do?
What do I do?
What would you do?
Honestly, a nigga like me built different. I would just simply ask the meteor to stop. And it would. So
I mean, if you're talking about what we do,
yeah.
since us niggas are built different,
No, that's me, but
I'm built different too.
I know that for a
I'm
fact.
built like a mechanized nigga, so I just gonna fly up to the moon and be like, "Hey, yo, chill out."
I said a meteor, but
I mean, it's closer. It's closer. It's closer. I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna come up there and go to the moon and be like, "Hey, diplomat, change. I'm gonna beat your ass if you fucking touch this bitch."
And that's
and
why
the asteroid gonna be like, "Oh, my bad, B."
But honestly, truly, he the reason why we got high tide and low tide. So that nigga had to do what he had to do. He built different. He built different.
These niggas outside the table don't know that.
They don't know nothing about that. Winston, what would you do if a meteor was?
Bro, that meteor can't pass the vibe check. It's not fucking with me, bro.
All right, skip.
I'm telling you, man.
Go ahead and shuffle on that.
Right, come on, Wayne. What would you do?
Tell that meter about face and fuck off.
See, this nigga built different.
You don't
This nigga army strong.
Wow, that's actually the truth. I think literally the only person this nigga Winston really said something like the meteor could easily you can fail the vibe check and
I can't fail the vibe check. I'm built different.
Vibe check. And he thought the fuck.
the meteor would be like, "I passed, nigga. Let me through."
It sound like I passed.
Wait, no, I'm gonna let it. And then it's everybody explodes.
This is something like every single reply is just somebody be like, I'd make a petition, I would vote on it, but it's just some people would be like, I'd simply just handle it, and somebody would just be like, what does that mean? And somebody else would be like, you would just do it. You would just handle it.
I mean, some niggas summon Hulk strength to beat the shit in. Some niggas just be like, "Hey, back up."
And that, you know what? At the end of the day, that's what a real nigga does. They just handle it. They handle it.
Handle it.
So fucking stupid.
I was thinking about I think about memes that just don't make sense sometimes. That one doesn't make sense.
Did you see the one I sent you guys last night? Like, it's okay, nigga. I got that.
I sent it first. That was the thing.
There was another one.
Oh, really?
There was another one.
This different one. They got the same person.
I thought you said the one above it. There's one under it.
I said the one above it.
There was a hodgepodge of just like.
Was it like
things.
was it Caleb City falling down the stairs and shit? That's the same one.
Bro,
that's the same one. I posted it first.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't care.
The whole video is not funny to me except for that part.
He's shitting himself going down the stairs.
My pussy.
Why aren't you laughing? Laugh.
Did y'all watch the video?
No, I haven't.
Fuck that. We're watching it on fucking whatever this shit is.
While he's pulling that, I just have a small. I just have a small rant to get off my chest. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
So if you've been paying attention to the news, you know all these hurricanes are coming down to the states. All right.
He's gotta handle them. No.
Yeah, we gotta handle them, okay? But they haven't really doing, I won't say not too much heavy damage, but then, Lake Charles kind of, hit the heavy part of it.
Yeah.
But I had to go on orders to go not fix shit, but feed the people.
Nigga had to
Water
handle
people.
that. He had to handle it.
I had to handle it.
Sounds like somebody was built different. Why am I getting the feeling there's only one of us that isn't?
No.
Like I found it. I'm time out. Look at this shit.
Uh-oh.
Don't. Stupid.
Oh my god. Is that on Twitter? Wait.
Oh my god!
Is that on Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay, so audience members, if
I'm sorry, my stomach hurts.
I don't know. Wait, but I'm sorry. This part.
Nigga, come on.
Oh my god!
If y'all ever thought we were like wholesome young men, no, we're fucking idiots, bro. What the fuck?
If George is willing,
George willing what?
find us
Yeah, we have a link to George's Twitter in the YouTube description. Go to his Twitter
to see that
I'm
video.
not fucking retweeting that shit.
Retweet it. You have to retweet it. Just copy the link.
I'm the editor. I post everything. I'll do it.
Alright. Okay.
Holy shit.
Back to my.
I swear to God, I never. I'm sorry. We don't mean to be this way, but then my pussy.
Mixed it like you guys don't know that part song. It gets me every time. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I don't get it. It's I don't think it's that funny. Dwayne doesn't
niggas are actually
so
built
it's okay.
different. That's the problem. I'm saying.
No, look,
It's
bro,
a little different, man.
That shit's goofy as hell, and like
I'm
it's
sorry,
just
go ahead.
goofy. It's
All right,
Moving on.
So we all know how people are built different. I'm built different. You built different. He built different.
that nigga Winston, they built.
Columbia, Louisiana's built different.
oh fuck.
Oh my god.
All right, explain what's happening with these niggas out there.
You said Columbia?
Columbia, Louisiana.
Them niggas probably not built different. They probably
Okay,
built
so-
like bricks, bro.
No, they
Fuck, my
built
head hurts.
stupid.
Go ahead.
What do you mean?
How hard? Okay. How many times y'all had simple directions? Y'all follow them plainly, like
Left, right, go straight, past
Yes.
the fire hydrant. Okay.
yes,
Yeah?
exactly that shit.
Okay.
Okay, so we have point distribution and shit, pass out the food, water, and ice.
Yeah.
It's a one way. We have a sign that says "Don't enter." We got cones with marks saying, "Hey, don't enter this way. Go that way." You have soldiers up front to guide people to say, go fucking this way. These are the directions. I had that for about 2 days. Either these people are full-blown super retarded or just hard-headed.
Time out, bro. We don't use that word no more.
We use built different.
We don't know. we don't use that word no more, man. Just say they was stupid. We don't
Yeah, we can't. We know our word.
We don't use that word.
That's a swear word.
Okay, so they're stupid.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
So, I mean, simple direction will be, hey, look, just go down the street to the stop sign, make the right, follow the curb. You'll be at the starting line of the place, right? We have cones set up so y'all know don't go into the fucking gravel pit.
Right.
Several times, several drivers will ignore our rule and just run over the fucking cones into the gravel road. And the thing is, we say it's to the fucking stop sign. That's a bit of a distance.
Wow.
But not like fucking 50 feet.
Right.
50 fucking feet. Gravel road. Cone blocking the shit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be right the fuck through.
Yeah.
Jordan,
I'm like, I swear to God. I swear to God.
Oh, that's fun.
Another soldier had to legitimately sprint to the car and yell at the ass saying you went the wrong fucking direction. I said to the fucking stop sign. Right.
But like, why are people running over cones?
Because they're stupid.
Because they're stupid.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Wait. Not stupid. Stupid.
Yeah, you
like-
had the spit come out his mouth and everything.
But I just wonder, like, what goes through someone's head? Like cones, speed bumps, same thing.
I'll say this. I think it might be the fact.
Hey, nah, fuck these souls. We're gonna go my own motherfucking way. No, bitch.
Is it usually white people or like what was the vibe?
Country as hell.
I'll say this. It maybe there might be this. There might be the idea that it because people are like fucking. Maybe they're desperate. You could give them the benefit of the doubt that they just they want food. They need what they need, right? It's like there's a natural disaster.
I understand desperate, and I mean,
But you still have to follow order.
yes.
Yeah.
But like some people are stupid, and like they
And some people
and
don't.
like some people are only driven by impulse.
Yeah. I need food now, go. And then that's their fucking directive.
Yeah, no, it's just stupid. Like one person almost got ran over trying to tell people to go this way.
Oh, they were just ignoring the person standing in front of them?
Yes. Straight up ignoring.
Wow. That's kind of shit. Wait, and you guys are all wearing your fatigues like the
We're wearing
camo fucking...
Yeah, but there ain't no camo out there. It is a camo thing on blacktop. You could see green, brown, and shit.
Yeah.
You can see all that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty army camo is pretty striking on like black because it's pretty gray.
Yeah.
It's gray green almost, and it looks like you could see.
Yeah, I think those people were doing that shit on purpose.
Yeah, AKA, hey man, no, I'll just go this way. He's like, no, don't go that way.
Shoot their tires out.
We didn't have weapons there, but that
it'd
did
be a
cross
young
my
boy.
mind.
You shouldn't need weapons. You're directing
Be a young
traffic.
boy type niggas.
If
That's not
maybe
a-
a young boy was a general, shoot their tires out, nigga.
I thought that too. It's like for every time that someone just comes
How many
that
people-
way, I just want to shoot the fucking tire.
How many people are at this installation?
Huh?
How many people are at the installation?
Like 12, 6, 3, so 21 soldiers.
Oh,
Y'all are more than enough niggas to just pick up a car and
he's
sling
doing
it.
the platoons numbers. And I was
Y'all have enough money.
different-
You got enough manpower to
different
pick up a car or pick
My
up a
unit
truck.
only had 3 soldiers. A different unit had about 6, and their unit had 12.
Well, like 5 people could pick up. No, not 5 people. Maybe like 6 people could pick up a car. Y'all niggas, if y'all 21 niggas, if y'all band together, y'all can pick up a truck and throw
No,
it.
we're not picking. No, we're not picking up the stuff.
Bitch.
We're not picking up stuff. We're just straight flipping your car over.
Oh, man. Wait, so
Everybody
people
is
were-
It'd be funny if they threw it because it's like, how you gonna give me our car back? Shouldn't have did that, nigga. We built different. Army strong, my nigga.
Suwoo.
It's not Suwoo.
And like,
Please don't say that on the track. There's actual gang members out there, man.
That's a bigger audience. Duh, nigga.
Alright. So, that happened,
If
right?
you could see what he was doing right now, oh my
I'm
god.
doing a hand jive.
Whoa!
What are you talking about? It's from fucking Greece.
Hand jobs?
No, he
Hand
said hand
jive.
job. That's what I heard.
Hand
That's what I heard. That's what I fucking
hand
heard.
jive.
Roll it back, roll it back.
Yeah, roll it back.
jive.
Roll it back.
Alright.
So, yeah, no, that was the main thing I wanted to get out of the way because in Leesville it was a lot more chill. Only 3 dumbasses, and they were in the back roads country.
So how many people do you think you saw in a day?
In a day?
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of people. How many vehicles we seen in a day?
Yeah. Like
one day we had over 300. One day we had about 175, and went down to like 90s and 80s.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was thinking like
in Columbia. Then we got to Leesville at my fire station.
Yeah.
Only once been over 100. Every other time it's been between about 50 to 87. I want to say.
I don't know why I was thinking you'd see like a few thousand people a day, but these are small cities, so I guess that would make sense.
If you want to try and see 1,000 people, you be going to the airfield that they had in Leesville. Or at least 1,000 vehicles.
Right.
You put that on, that's gonna just
that was a lot.
They're gonna quit out
But
there.
I was part of the ice detail, and my ice detail was inside the refrigerated trailers of them 18 wheelers.
Oh yeah, it was hot as shit out there. Yeah, I bet. You were really lucky.
Yeah, I mean, if it was slow, I would not be the asshole just sit there lazy. It's like, oh, they got some people. Let me hop down and put some ice real quick. But when we got like the big people, all right, back to my station, keep the flying.
Wait. So you guys were handing out ice for like I guess coolers and stuff because people didn't have power.
Yeah.
To keep their food and stuff cool.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you can really do.
But like the ice is gonna melt though.
You gotta get more ice.
At some point.
At some point, they just gotta come back.
Yeah.
Do they have power?
super
Do they have power out there yet?
I mean,
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, Lake Charles, I'm not too sure about, but Leesville and Columbia, yeah, they got their power back.
Okay, that's good.
I'm glad those people are okay.
Yeah.
Now,
A lot of people died.
later on during the recovery,
tweet,
though,
right?
people started coming by and said they only wanted ice. I was like, they're probably hunting deer.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the sad thing is, like, a lot of people were, like, trying to run shit. I'm like, I don't need power. I can just use a generator in the house. The door's all closed.
That's a lot of heat.
But it was also the monoxide
I'm
poisoning.
50-50 on that.
What do you mean?
If we genuinely did not know that carbon monoxide does that shit to you, okay, fine, I could pass that.
I feel like that's like rudimentary now.
No, but I think it's most people think of like cars, like don't sit in your car with the garage door closed.
But it's the same. It's the same reason. You're putting fuel into
But
a
I
machine
thought usually people keep like the generators outside
in a garage or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do.
but you know what the logic was? Why I think they brought them inside? Because they don't want it stolen.
That too. That's
No,
another
I can
problem.
see if you're not using it, store it inside by all means. But like when you use it,
Yeah,
put it
when it's
outside.
running, it needs to exhaust something.
I mean,
Make
let's
a
have
turn.
Uncle Bob.
Put
Let's have Uncle Bobby out there with a shotgun there. If anybody gets too close, point it at him and be like, "Don't fucking try."
Yeah, but
it."
what's the point of being outside if you have a generator because it's supposed to?
Yeah,
I mean,
supposed to be more comfortable
sacrifice
inside.
the mini, like the needs of the mini over the needs of the few.
Okay.
Well, all right, okay, that's.
Uncle Bobby wants to come inside. Uncle Bobby can stay out there and protect that damn generator.
You tell Uncle Bobby that I need my $15 back from when he went to the store because he was supposed to buy me some and he never bought it.
He bought
never
cigarettes.
He bought, you know what? No, he didn't. He bought some alcohol. He drank it out there with his damn friends that he made in high school.
This is real.
And he made it and he kept drinking it. So he can't come nowhere near this house because I'm making some pork chops and I'm making some mac and cheese. I'm making almost like a Christmas Thanksgiving dinner. And that nigga Bobby can't get none of that shit because if he come in this fucking house, I'm gonna blow his fucking brains out.
That's what old people in the country do. This. No, old people in the country are like that, man.
They are.
They are like that. They're built different. This is what the podcast is going to be called today.
Leading him to that
Bunny,
joke, man.
Bunny,
I
if
feel
you come
like
in
at
here,
this
Bunny,
point,
Bunny,
they're just
don't bring your fat ass in here, Bunny.
They're beating a dead horse at this point, but it's okay.
All right, okay.
Let's talk about tech for the first week and the second week. Maybe we beating the dead horse, nigga. You didn't fuck the horse.
What? I don't fuck horses, man.
Horses are strange looking, man.
Yeah, it's scary.
I have horses, but they're okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
This is just like so we can like have another discussion because I know you guys are weird. But what is going back to like older video games? Let's go back to like not newer gen consoles. As old as as old as what? What I thought were you finished with yours?
Yeah, I'm finished.
So why were you pointing at him then?
Winston was pointing at Kawan.
Yeah, I thought we were going to talk about gun control this episode.
No.
What did he just say?
What I
If
say-
you want
what
to
I
talk
say-
about
Oh, would you like to talk
you want
about
to
it?
talk about it?
No, it's
We
up
can
to
talk
you.
about it.
All right,
Let's talk.
everybody,
Let's
everybody be quiet. Winston, go ahead.
No, it's
Winston,
up to
go
you.
ahead.
Here's what I'll do. So, you want to talk about something, nephew?
If you want to talk about it, we can, man. It's up to you, man. It's your episode.
I just want to say
I just wanted to keep us on track.
No, he said we were going to do whatever. We could talk about it, but I do have a question before we
Okay.
get to that because gun control is really divisive. But let's go back to when you had your what gen was that? With the PS2, Xbox.
So it's like
regular
2002.
That's
That's first gen.
early 2000s.
That's first gen.
Yeah.
Early 2000s. Go back to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about all the games you played. It could be platformers. It could be early FPS. It could be anything like that. What is the strangest thing you saw? What is the game? What's something in a game that fucked you up? Like, I know you have a story because we talk about it all
That's
the time.
second gen though. You said first gen.
No, like as early as that. So like GameCube, PS2, and lower.
Everything else is retro. So first gen.
Let's all of that stuff from let's go 2005 and lower.
I got y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go first only because I got y'all on the games you've probably never fucking heard of. They had a game with Donald Duck in it called.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember it. It's not Darkwing Duck. It's some other shit where he was a fucking space cadet or whatever.
Oh, Duck Dodgers?
No,
That's Daffy.
It was
I
some
know
other
the way
shit.
you're talking about. He had like,
You have it on
he
game?
had like some kind of arm gauntlet
Right,
blaster
and
type deal.
hey, that game was hard as shit. You might be saying like, no, you were just a dumb kid. No, I looked it up like a year ago. Niggas was just like, why the fuck was this game hard? It was hard as shit. And it was like, I didn't have a memory card at the time.
Oh my
So
God.
it was like, back in those days, you needed a memory card because the games didn't remember themselves. Like fucking Ocarina of Time was the only game with an end game saving system.
Those cartridges had internal memory, so that was okay. But like discs did not do that.
Right, and so
Yeah.
like I was just like I didn't know what to do. I would die, and I was like I would make it to like the second or third level and die, and they'd be like, "You want to continue?" And I was like, "I can't." And they'd be like, "Ah."
Ass out.
Right. There's another one. You guys don't know them with Taz. There was a game with the Tasmanian Devil.
I've never heard of that one.
For the fucking GameCube, this game is weird. They have a speed run of it. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know why they have a speed run, but they have a speed run of this game. I played some weird fucking games. I played the Yu-Gi-Oh games. I played
those too.
Bionicle was hard as shit too for no reason to me. I didn't understand it. I liked Bionicle. They stopped making them, but I like Bionicle. You guys remember Bionicle?
Yeah, they're like little Lego. They're also made by Lego, right?
Yeah, they discontinued them.
I have a game story that when I was a kid I had an overactive imagination, and so a lot of games scared me unnecessarily. Okay, so first game. This is actually I think it's actually something that I've recently seen that's like a little bit different. But playing Mario 64, when I was a kid, something about that game freaked me out. I think the first time fighting Bowser was scary because it's like basically you're fighting in hell for the most part, and like it's unlike any other place.
PK Out of the Shadows. I'm sorry, that's the name of the game. It's called PK Out of the Shadows. It was hard as shit.
And
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Thank you, George, for that introduction.
93 people like this game. Fuck them.
It was fun nonetheless.
Shut the fuck up, Dwayne. That shit was not fun.
And so I always hated that one, but the one game I remember the most out of all the games that gave me fucking hard time as a kid, Dwayne knows that Jak and Daxter. That's one of my favorite games. It's actually my third favorite game. But I don't know if I've told anybody this, like, candidly, but it actually used to scare me because when I was a kid, I'd play it at night, and it's a really colorful game. Like, a lot of platformers are really colorful. Crash Bandicoot was colorful. The other game, like Mario, is a colorful game series. Jak and Daxter is colorful too. The only problem with it that I had was there's a mechanic in the game that doesn't let you swim too far out. It's the lurker. It's a shark. It's called the lurker shark, and all the general enemy composite in the game is called the lurkers. And like they have like lurker stalkers and stuff like that, and they're like different things. But the lurker shark is like she's like a shark with like small green eyes and really fucked up teeth. And if you swim too far out, like you'll hear like a heartbeat and you hear like a growl, and then it'll fucking like come up from the depths and fucking just eat you. And you can't really escape it if it pops up unless you get onto dry land. And so when I was a kid, I had dark blue carpets in my room. And so when I would go to sleep at night and it was pitch black, I imagine I wouldn't get out of my bed because I was scared that there was gonna be a shark that was gonna jump up and like eat me, and I was scared of that shit. And I remember the first time I got up out of my bed to use the bathroom as a kid, and I ran to the bathroom, and I was like, wait a minute, it's not real. I wasn't hurt, and I was never scared again. I'm saying all that to say that that was a really strange happenstance, but yeah, I'm glad I had that. Did you have one, Winston? Or Gwen?
Yeah, I'll let Dwayne go.
I do. PlayStation 1, the Spider-Man.
Oh no.
So
Not this game.
Wait, just to clarify, it's the one where
The haze?
you could not
Touch the ground.
touch the ground or you would die instantly.
yeah, you cannot touch the ground.
That
Because,
bitch was fun as fuck.
yeah, it was. I know, but what got scary for me to begin with? Before I even get to the characters themselves, what was scary for me was just going into the fucking sewers in general.
Those aren't. It's a very scary game sometimes.
Yes, when going to the sewers, it's like I don't like this
It's
setting.
quiet. Yeah, it was real quiet in the sewers. It would just be the dripping of the fucking the water in the sewers.
Yeah, basically. And I mean,
Fuck, my head hurts. Oh shit! It's unlocking
just
a
that
memory.
staging alone when you first play as a little kid, it's like, the fuck is this?
I wasn't scared, but I was built different.
And I mean, I think what probably gave me nightmares for a little bit was the final boss. They can't even fight; you just have to run away. It was Monster Ock. And for those that don't know, Monster Ock is Dr. Octavius and what's the red symbiote? Carnage.
Carnage?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I got that to the. Must have been a secret boss.
No, that was the ending. Like that was the ending. There was no secret boss. That was the ending.
It's based off the game.
Yeah, Spider-Man. After you beat Doc Ock, after you beat Carnage, you think you're in the game. He's going through the speech, save the day, and all that stuff. As Carnage is dripping down to the floor, all of a sudden the claws pop out, strangle your ass, slings you back down, and you see this big hulking red-looking motherfucker with the stuff on the back. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I was scared. I paused the game, had to get mom and dad to play with me so I could beat the game.
That's one of those. I haven't had one of those happenstances, but like I can understand that. Like,
Oh, we talking about times we got scared?
well, let's let Winston go first.
That was your memory, just getting scared of the game, because I got one, nigga. I got one.
So the first game or whatever that really scared me, like there's this white kid in my neighborhood. I was trying to be nice back then. I was
so
like,
y'all played Postal?
no, we played Twisted Metal. I don't know what game that is.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, and it's super like it was one of the most
Sweet Tooth and all that?
Yeah, Sweet Tooth.
Which
So
generation?
this was like the PS2 version, or was this the PS? I think it was the PS2 version.
Twisted Metal Black.
Oh wait, no, I think it was PS1 actually. Yeah, I think it was PS1. This is the one that came in like the little like
The
this.
jewel case?
These have the little diamond cases.
The jewel case.
Yeah, the jewel cases or whatever. So
That's PS1.
Yeah, so that's PS1. But like some of those characters were so creepy to me. It wasn't even the clown. It was just like the blood and gore. Like it was like even before GTA, like one of those games, like it would give me nightmares because like you would just be shooting machine guns and then you'd hear the soundtracks or what, like because each of the voice actors had like this super scary like laugh and stuff and it'd be constantly playing as you're like going to kill each other. It was such a great game.
I think that's either Twisted Metal 2 or 3.
Yeah, but that game, like, he always wanted to play that game, and I just couldn't do it after the first time. So it just left nightmares, because it's so creepy.
Alright, George.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Let's see how that goes. A client of mine just, like, cashed at me some money, but it wasn't the right amount, and I had to tell him, like, oh, you did the rate for an hour. I was there for 4. You gotta give me the rest of the money.
Go ahead, just talk first.
Gotta shake that bag.
Silence.
Somebody else go. Somebody else go.
Okay, so a game that I've had, I was not allowed to play,
Oh, really?
and then once I saw a game played, I was scared to play it.
What?
PlayStation 2, Spawn.
I never played that game. I've never seen that game. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it. Oh, you know, yes, I have. I've seen small bits of gameplay.
I tried it. The controls are a bit complicated for me.
Isn't it pretty much a beat 'em up?
Maybe.
I can't remember.
I think it was like a slower style of Devil May Cry.
Kind of, yeah. Hack and slash.
Yeah. And I mean, for a little kid that does not like watch a lot of horror stuff, when you first see you spawn, you see the enemies you go against. What happens when you die? It's kind of like, no, thank you, please. Last thing I want to happen is I go to sleep and all of a sudden a gigantic flaming demonic hand says, "Come here!" and drags you down.
Alright, yeah, that'd be fucking scary. George is looking so sad.
Because we talked about, literally before I left, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna charge you this because this is the amount of work I've done and everything.
He's have written contracts.
And she says, okay. And now I'm texting her like, hey, not correct. And she was like, oh, I wasn't listening.
Well,
you need to have written contracts.
Yeah, I need to start. I'm literally gonna look up invoice templates tonight.
Yeah,
Time to get this deal back.
Yeah, the next one that really scared me as a kid was SSX Tricky, because I liked the game, but like then I started like thinking about it. I was like, wow, these people are just falling off mountains. Like you wouldn't really survive most of these falls. And it's like
So you had a
snowboarding.
Realism. You're like, wait a minute. This
is like a 45-degree angle. Like he's doing tricks off this, but like him wiping out would be him breaking all of his legs, and like he'd have to wait for someone to come help him.
First of all, in that game, unless it's a nice downhill slope for you to land on, you just landing on that shit will really break your legs.
Right, yeah. Because the powder might not be that soft, but like, I started thinking about it, I was like, I don't like this game, because, I mean, I'm not saying I have a fear of heights, but like, if you're falling off a mountain,
You have a fear of breaking your bones.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. If I feel of hurting myself while I'm trying to have fun, that would,
I'm like you. I enjoyed the hell out of SSX Tricky.
Okay. The gameplay was fun, like racing and all that stuff was fun, but I don't know.
What's your favorite sports game, so to speak? Like it could be SSX, which is a sport, like an extreme sport.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Which one's in American Wasteland?
American Skateland?
No, is it Skateland?
That's what it's called. But I like if we're talking about I had a lot of fun playing Underground too.
Underground 2 was fun.
Honestly,
on PS2.
Honestly, the first Underground. I prefer first Underground over Underground 2.
It's really weird. Okay. We really love that game, and like I didn't get into skateboarding. I did get into Tactics though. I don't know if you guys remember those.
Yeah, I remember those.
Explain them.
Are you being sarcastic?
To the people that may not know what
Tactics were like a little finger skateboarding kind of like toy or whatever, and they came with lots of accessories. And basically, it was a miniature skateboard. Like you had tools to put on your trucks, which are what are connected to the wheels. They're basically the axles. You could put other decks, so that's like what the top of the skateboard is with the different texture and stuff.
Different color wheels and designs.
Different kind of wheels and designs. You could get little ramps and stuff, so you can like do tricks with your fingers and stuff. Like it's. I don't know, that generation of toys was really fun. Because it was like, they got really creative. Like, miniature skateboards? Who the fuck thought of that? It's crazy.
Remember, what were they called? Was it Angry Beans or whatever they were called?
Oh my god.
You know what I'm talking about? Little capsule-looking fucks that you could, like, flick them down the thing and they would, like, fucking flip all around
Crazy
and shit.
Beans? No, not Crazy Beans.
Yeah, it's Crazy Beans.
Really?
Something like that. They were kind of weird. But I used to love those commercials, but I never had one. My cousin had them, and I remember like he would lose them all the fucking time.
Yeah, no, they were literally the smallest toy ever, and like you could lose.
They weren't even like cool. They weren't even cool.
It's Crazy Beans.
They were collectibles. They were just collectible, basically.
It's Crazy Beans.
For me, for sports games, is like if you go like some like what the boomers consider sports games, I was a Fight Night actually.
Really?
Yeah. Like I thought, like I tried like EA. If you gotta go for EA specifically, not even EA Sports Big, just EA. Mm-hmm. Then Fight Night was my.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's
those.
Yeah, it's Crazy Beans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always wanted one of these.
They were. I mean, you literally just collected them, or you just flopped them down a ramp or something. That was their entertainment.
I gotta say, like my favorite, like.
Oh, he wasn't done.
Oh, go ahead.
And like the reason for Fight Night over something like NBA 2K. Or Live,
because it was violent,
huh?
Streets was the shit.
Because it was more like consistent, constant action. It said you go stop. I hate that shit. The moment we play the game, I like a nice streamlined flow. Yeah. The only time I especially
that's why you like racing games, because I remember me and you like bonded over racing games.
What racing games did y'all play?
Split Second.
Split Second is the one we played together, but I love the first Burnout.
Yeah, Burnout Revenge.
No. Burnout, the first little Burnout was so fun.
Oh, I never played that one.
I had Takedown.
Oh no, Takedown. Takedown. Wow.
Revenge was after Takedown.
The one that was on PS2.
Burnout was fun as shit.
Yeah.
Because it was the first game where you can like crash other cars,
purpose.
and that was like fun as shit for some reason. Like we would literally talk like, yeah, that nigga dead. Them niggas dead. There was one time there was a divider, and one of the cars hit me for a second, and I hit the divider. Then there was like an on ramp, and I hit the on ramp. My car just spun everywhere, and everybody was like, "Yo!" We were choked out. Had to pause the game.
That's funny.
My friend Richard, man, I miss him. Rich, if you ever watch this, I love you, bro. I hope you're doing great.
I think my favorite one is I never played a lot of sports games except for the one sports game I played the shit out of was Madden. Not like regular sports game was Madden 07, and I was.
Were you good at that?
I was good at it, but I had like once you get I was an only child as far as like living with my mother, and so my little brother wasn't born. I wasn't with him at that time, so my little brother was with my dad. But what I remember, I had devotion because I would make whole teams where I would fill every slot with creative characters that were just like god tier. So like these are the kind of guys that you could throw a ball at across like all the way down the field, and he would run after it. He can catch the ball with two fingers and like pull it in and just like make a touchdown like that. That's the kind of teams I would make, and I would just like pit them against each other because I was just like crazy. But my favorite sport game in general, honestly, I had a lot of fun with Mario Super Sluggers, which is a baseball game. I like Mario games. I like Mario sports games. They're really fun. Mario Strikers Charge is a good game, but Mario Super Sluggers was really good. It was a baseball game, and it was really fun. I love that game.
I like tennis ones.
Tennis one's pretty good too. Mario just has everything going on for it. So there's that. I really like that.
Speaking of Mario, man, I know one person with me could talk about the Nintendo games for hours, but Mario Sunshine was the shit.
It really is. I don't know why people
Chef's kiss.
I don't know why people say it's. I don't know why people say it's the black sheep of the series. It is, but it was a good game anyway. I honestly, if I play, I could be in any season of the year. If I play the game, it feels like summer.
It does.
It just feels like summer.
It's the point. This game was revolutionary. Not only did Mario go to jail, but it showed how fucked up the criminal justice system was on Isle Delphine because they were like,
no, it's fucked up.
No, seriously, it's fucked up. They were like, we're gonna keep your ass here, and you have to clean up all this shit that they found out he didn't even do until the end of the game. And think about it this way:
middle of the game, because they found not even that.
But like
the second he got out of jail. They like the dude, like the imposter.
Mario?
Yes,
that's literally the
literal gist of the game is Mario goes on vacation to a tropical island, and there's somebody posing as him, and like is putting graffiti all over the island with this magic paintbrush. And the second he gets like a water pump, it cleans everything up on like the landing strip that he gets on.
He goes straight to jail.
He goes straight to jail. They convict him.
They're like, that's him right there.
They convict
and like
him.
every like Peach and like the other like Toads are like, nah, that's my dude.
They're like literally.
That's my friend, and they were like, I don't give a fuck if you're royalty, bitch. We don't do that around here. Put this nigga in jail, and Mario's just like,
what did I do?
They literally march to jail. They like literally go through court proceedings. This is the opening fucking.
Literally the first 15 minutes.
The first kids game?
Yes, I was thinking about that randomly one time.
Crazy.
I was thinking about it randomly one time. I was like, why in one of my first? I was like,
I had no choice.
I was like, why in one of my first memories of Mario, he went to jail.
I played Mario World and Mario 64, but Sunshine, I remember playing it very specifically because that was the first game I got next to Wind Waker on the GameCube, and I remember
we were talking about that earlier. We also don't remember how we got either of those games. We just had them.
I don't remember how I got Sunshine. I don't remember how I got Sunshine. I know how I got Wind Waker because I asked for Wind Waker. That was the only game I asked for.
I did too.
Every single other fucking game.
I will tell you something. I had a collector's of the fucking Zelda games because Wind Waker's was like an anniversary.
Stop. I'm talking to you, Winston.
Yeah, but
Wind Waker was an anniversary game, I think.
It was, and it had the Master Quest
I had it, and I was
Ocarina of Time. Yeah.
Bro, I could have played Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
Wind Waker.
No, it was just 15 minutes of Wind Waker, but still.
What? Oh, that's right.
It was just the first 15 minutes, but it had all the other games after. I could have played the first Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time. I think A Link to the Past too, but I could have played all that shit. I'm like, damn, why did I not value this shit as a kid? Why was I such an asshole?
So I was gonna say, just so you understand, before we go on with the other part, I will say this: Super Mario Sunshine is really strange. It's literally like me and George.
We played it one summer.
One summer, me and George played 3 different Mario games. I think we played Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy 1, and Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah, me and this guy, we're brothers. I'm cool with the rest of these niggas, but we tight.
We're all
I played Galaxy and Galaxy 2 as well. What you mean?
Well, we played Galaxy 1. You didn't play Galaxy 2 with us. Not 2 with us.
Let me say this.
Yes.
Let me say this. Yeah. Winston's a bitch.
No, fuck you.
No, it's alright.
I mean, what we've been thinking about doing this. We've been thinking about doing it for Ultraprism. If you guys are interested in having us do gameplay like that, we could play a whole game.
I'm saying if we could connect it to his capture card somehow, some way, just microphone might be a problem, but that'd be fun as shit.
It'd be fun. I mean, it connects to your laptop. So yeah, we can figure it out. But that was really good. That was a really good game.
It's 64 Sunshine and Galaxy.
Yes, Galaxy. Yeah.
I wish it was both of them.
Galaxy 2 was really good, but so. Go ahead.
To go with the GameCube, so let me say I never owned a GameCube, but
you knew niggas that owned a GameCube.
I knew.
That's the strangest thing. That's the strangest. One person in everybody's fucking circle had a GameCube or 2.
Actually, no. In my family, no one had a GameCube.
Your friends, I'm saying, not even your friends.
Friends had GameCube, but the main games they had was like Melee.
That one too. That's fine.
I never had that game.
I have it. I don't know where it is.
So the game that I kind of like fell in love with when I played on the GameCube,
Sonic Heroes.
No, I had that on PlayStation.
Oh, that's right.
But me and George had a bit of a back and forth argument about this before because I was saying this game, he was thinking of a different one. When they had the freaking bongos with Donkey Kong games,
yeah,
you were thinking of the rhythm game.
Oh shit.
I wasn't talking about any Donkey Kong rhythm game. It was Donkey Kong Jungle Beats. It was not a rhythm game. You actually had to use the bongos to control
move. Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing. I didn't like that idea.
But it was a side scroller platformer.
Yeah, side scroller.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But you still have to time your jumps and shit.
You know what?
That, right?
I think that's why they stopped making Donkey Kong games for such a long time.
Why?
Because a lot of those games that came out on like the GameCube, that was like for some reason make or break for some of these like developers. Because I think wasn't Wind Waker supposed to be more realistic, and then they fucked something up and they kept.
No, they literally the story was like. It's kind of funny that like the creators are just like, we can make it with the GameCube, we have enough power to do it to make more realistic graphics, and they had like a tech demo, but they were still pitching ideas. And Wind Waker was the result of like, let's make it more accessible. But then like there's a story where like the graphic designers of the game, their wives are like, Link is not an attractive character, and we would never forgive you if you make another game where he just looks stupid. Make him cute. Or we just won't play your games. And so they just came up with the chibi design for Wind Waker Link, and people hated it, but then they started playing it, and they were like, this game fucking is great. And it's a really good game.
Can we put in that soundbite of that one guy who got delivered because like, he was quote unquote gay, and he's like, women.
I'll try to find it. Future me.
Oh shit! But like Wind Waker, I had a great time with that game. But I will tell you guys, the first 2 bosses, Goma, right? Goma's one of the first.
Goma, yeah.
Goma scared the shit out of me. The first time I saw Goma, I was like, I turned the game off. I was frightened. I was like, turn the game off. And I was supposed to hit the table. I was like, turn the game off. I went back. I was like, is that really what that nigga's supposed to look like? And you know what? I remember it vividly because I was playing fucking Wind Waker while guess what? Guess what was on while I was playing that shit?
What?
The fucking Super Bowl, my nigga.
I don't care about no fucking football.
It was
I
right
want a
after
game.
Katrina. I was staying out in Texas. My dad was literally sitting down watching the Super Bowl. He was like, "You don't want to watch it with me?" I'm like, "No, nigga. I gotta be Gannon. The fuck out my face, bitch."
Oh my god.
Playing a game, having a great time. I'm like, I got the fucking grappling hook with the and then you have to watch a cutscene of it grappling.
Yep.
Boom. And then I'm like playing it. Next thing you know, like Goma comes up. He's like, ah. I'm like, ah. Turn that bitch off. And then my other one, oh shit. So, again, I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. Karlton, future Karlton, if you don't mind, can you put us a Wiz Robe from Wind Waker? Wiz Robe from Wind Waker. Man, my nigga, that it looks like Toucan Sam, but I'm gonna tell you why I got scared of it. First, when they pop up, they make this sound that goes like, and it's like it's creepy as shit.
And it has like a sound
bing, bing, bing.
as a sound effect as they fade into existence.
Right, like it does that. It does both of those things. So it comes in with the weird laugh, and then it makes a sound when it like disappears, but it's also a sound when it like creates magic. I'll show you a video of it like later, and like scared the shit out of me because I think I was like trying to figure out what was going on, and then I was stuck in a corner. So when I turned around, I was in like first person. It was just in my face. I turned the fucking game off. I turned that shit off. I was like, fuck this shit. No, I hate those fucking things with a passion. Like every time I hear it, I like cringe a little because it scared the shit out of me.
And I remember the crazy thing about it too is they don't do a cutscene for the first time you see one either. They literally just show. They're like. They're a late game character too, so like you're in like the second to last dungeon of the game, and they pop up in like a mini boss room.
You can see though; those are like the red ones, but like you can find them on the ghost ships and stuff like that. But you're right; I don't think they come up until you get to Hyrule Castle.
They don't come till you show up to the forest, the Wind Temple, the Wind Temple.
Yeah, when Ganon does all this shit.
So yeah, that was. I remember seeing it. I didn't like it either.
But they're super scary and fucking. Breath of the Wild 2, they look creepy as shit.
They laugh too, but they're weird there.
Go
ahead. That's okay.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Hey, Winston, how about you? Any old games you have memories about?
Bad memories?
Well,
besides Swiss and Metal.
And SSX. I'm trying to think.
That's not FPS.
I was gonna say San Andreas.
Ooh.
It's kind of fucked up hearing like who was the voice of the cop that was like annoying CJ the whole was that Samuel Jackson? Yeah, hearing his voice like, nigga, the fuck you do this time? And it's just like this nigga gets from the train station, they're already getting fucking like it was super internalizing. I was like, CJ's black, I'm black. Are cops really like this? It was just a bunch of bullshit. But then like I don't know, it kind of bounced out because like in the same game you could turn on cheats, and that was like one of the first games where you could have like flying cars and shit just based off the whole thing. And it's like I can have a flying go-kart. This is fucking great. This is fantastic. But then other times you'd be fucked up with like other black people shooting you and shit. You're stuck in the hood. You got Big Smoke that's like doing stupid shit and then end up fucking like being a traitor at the end of the game.
All we have to do is
no, chill out. He wasn't a traitor. See what you didn't do? You didn't follow the fucking train. That's all.
At the end,
all you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
This is what you get for not talking.
I would like to order
number 9.
I would like to order another 9.
No, 2 number 9.
2 number 9s.
2 number 9s. A number 9 large. A number 6 with an extra dip.
Number 7.
Number 7.
2 number 45.
2 number 45s.
1 with cheese.
1 with cheese.
And a large soda.
And the best part, know what y'all want.
Come on, CJ, you need to eat up.
it's insane.
You could get fat in that game. You could bulk up in that. That was, I think,
that was pretty revolutionary.
It was.
I like it better than Vice City, honestly.
No, Vice City was aesthetically pleasing. It was
right, but like
it
was not San Andreas.
That's what I'm saying.
Vice City was
and it was better than GTA. It was better than GTA 4 too.
GTA 4 had its moments. I think like the real life physics of like being drunk and everything.
Nico falling out of a helicopter and screaming is fucking real.
But like I think five was revolutionary, but I hope they go back to like the more like with the cheats and everything, like cartoony, kind of dumb. Like keep the story the same, but when it comes to the mayhem, just like stop caring. Like Saints Row,
Because
what's better?
So wait, I have to ask Winston this question. When you figure out the cheat codes, what cheat code did you put in so many times that you could just master that shit on the fly?
It was the first weapon set, so that was the one that included, I think, the RPG, the AK, and a bunch of other useful ass guns.
It's a murderer.
I'm just saying, man.
No, those are tier 1 weapons.
We're gonna get to
they had the
that
AK, they had the RPG, they had the Uzi.
I think was that also the game with the locking on our launcher that like could take down helicopters?
Y'all are stupid because did you know you could like unlock the other, like you could unlock two-handed and like weapon proficiency in that game?
Yeah.
That's what I did, my nigga. I was proficient in everything.
I mean, you did that too. But if you went to jail and you had no guns, what would you do? You would repeat the same cheat code over and over.
Y'all did that one.
You get the gun and the ammo
and the no wanted cheat.
No, the no wanted. But y'all remember? Y'all not remembering two cheats that were revolutionary: the health cheat and the money cheat. That's all you fucking needed, my nigga. Talk about CJ, buy that. Alright, nigga, I got it. I need that in real life every time I accomplish something, because he would do anything. He'd be like, go talk to Tanisha. Hey, Tanisha.
Right, you get money for everything. I think you got money for bringing a prostitute to the hospital. It's like, that was weird.
In those games, you would just randomly get money and lots of money.
And she would say, thank you, CJ. I wouldn't have gotten here safely.
Everybody was so nice to CJ. They were like, thanks, CJ. You're a real pal. He was like, ain't no thing, nigga.
Right.
But it was crazy because it wasn't like his plot. Like, it was just like him trying to take back over the neighborhood from like the other gang. I forgot their names.
Yeah.
And then the ballers, and then it turned into like a government thing really quick.
Yeah, because the cops were working with Big Smoke.
Because they were trying to sell dope in the community, and they didn't like that shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, GTA writers are good.
Yeah, it was.
Bunch of white dudes, and then CJ said nigga, and everybody claps.
The blacks will love this.
And then, but what does Big Smoke say back? Nigga. Whoa, revolutionary. Okay, but what about the one that looks like Eazy-E? I forgot his name. Oh, Ryder? Let's see what he says back to those two. How about niggas? Whoa!
It was life-changing dialogue in that game.
It had some really good lines though.
Yeah. Wait, no, the one, now as a kid, that I was even questionable at first. At first, when it was the mission where the officers meet up with CJ and Ryder's cooking something in the pot. As a kid, I didn't know he was cooking up drugs. I didn't know he was cooking up crack.
This nigga was making crack.
I didn't know. I didn't know crack was. No, I didn't think it was grits because he.
No, they literally have a base head in the game. I think they call one of the characters base head. Like, take this, you fucking base head.
Well, he wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm telling him now.
Yeah, I know that now. But as a little kid, I was also conversation like, what is he cooking up in there? What is he doing? And he grabbed a freaking cart and gave it to Toast. Like, he gave the dude milk? What? Well, I thought that was milk. I was like, why you give the dude milk? He can go to the store and get it himself.
Can't you see CJ's mom's ghost in the game too? Something like that? Or was that a myth?
I don't know.
Because that's the same.
I don't remember that.
San Andreas was the one with fucking Sasquatch. You remember if you went up to Mount Chiliad?
Yeah.
And
it'll kill you too if you.
It's not real.
No. There's a monster up there that'll kill you.
No, it's not.
You saw it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never played San Andreas. I played. I got into GTA late, so I had Vice City, and I had, and then I played 4 and 5.
If you had Vice City, actually you couldn't get San Andreas. If you say you got it late, if you never played it, you probably got wind of it after it got taken off the shelves.
Okay, so hold on.
My cousin had Vice City lying around.
It's 1, 2, 3 Vice City, San Andreas, 4, 5.
I had Vice City. My cousin had Vice City, so I just took it from her.
I mean, honestly, truly, Vice City is fun. I like Vice City more than I like 3. 3 was not fun to me.
3 was revolutionary because it brought 3D.
That's true.
1 and 2 were overhead.
I know.
This became
also,
a gaming
you were cops
podcast.
in 1 and 2, I think.
No.
You were a cop, yeah.
No.
In one of them, you were like a detective.
Okay. But But yeah, 3 your character didn't even speak, which made
Didn't
him.
he was in fucking San Andreas.
Yeah, he was the freaking chick. He was the freaking dude that the chick went for, the Latina bitch.
I think you had to race him. And you cheated and stuff.
No, he didn't.
I remember you had to race him. I ran him off the
You
fucking
guys were
road.
right about Sasquatch. Or he's Bigfoot, technically.
It's the same thing. Hold on. Time out. I don't think the mic heard him. What would you say?
He built different.
Yeah. You're not. But anyway.
Hold on.
Anyway, so
we alluded to something that we were going to talk about. Gawain had something on his mind about something else. Winston brought it up earlier. Gun control.
Oh, you guys want to talk about gun control?
We can talk about it a little bit.
I mean,
you brought it up earlier.
If you're bringing it up now, sure. If you want to
you had an opinion.
I mean, my main thing about the gun control was mainly with which me and Winston probably go back and forth a little bit, and that is with
you should put bananas in the guns and let them explode. Yeah, I believe in that.
No,
that's super unsafe.
Let's get to talk about gun laws. I get to talk about why I don't like Batman.
We could do that.
Yeah,
we could do that.
So
it's very political.
So I know some people are saying like people are too gun ho about the Second Amendment thing. And I was like, okay, I could do my best trying to understand that side, but as far as I see it is, you can't rely on whether it be the police or the government to truly care for your life. Nope. There's too many people within towns and cities that there's no good ratio of cops to people that the cops can take care of everything.
But if you get caught by those cops, you can also get shot.
If you're not compliant.
No, Philando Castile's a perfect example of someone that was compliant. And he just, by saying he had a gun in the car, was shot. He didn't have the gun out. It wasn't invisible.
So that's dirty cops at that point.
There's lots of dirty cops, and I would hate to be the black guy that finds out I'm facing a dirty cop. And it's because I had a permitted gun in my car.
That's not gun control thing. That is a lack of training on the police end.
That's not even like a training. That's a disregard of training.
Disregard training?
That could be just because there are some
shoot people.
Because cops are usually aren't cops trained to, for the most part, protect themselves if they it's like an equalization of force or something like that. You're not supposed to go any higher than what the suspect or the perpetrator is to save your life.
Yeah.
Like if somebody has like fists, you use a baton. If they have a baton or a blunt object, use your taser. If you don't have a taser, if they have something like that, then you resort to your gun. But you don't resort to your gun and kill them unless that's the best way to go about it.
Unless they have a projectile or like a taser.
Or that's the best way to go about it. Like warning shots don't always
First off, there's no such thing as a warning shot.
Pretty much. And that's a dangerous precedent anyway. Warning shots is not as dangerous. You don't do that. You don't do that unless it's wartime. Yeah. But
no, even in wartime, there's no such thing as a warning shot.
I mean, if you have like a big ass gun, you're like small boat. The Navy does warning shots on small craft.
Yeah, no, jets do that. But warning shot, they're not gonna take that because like, what if they're wrong about their guess whether it was a threat?
Like those warning shots more like what's that shit called?
Flares.
They're like flares. Well, flares can kill, but like they're almost like fucking fireworks, but like the very low grade fireworks.
You don't want that water.
I was making sure.
Water.
No, I drink that directly from the gallon.
Come on.
I'll say
not
this.
because of that, man. I'm clean.
I'll say this. I did my I did my training on concealed carry because I felt as if I didn't want to be, especially in Louisiana where it's like New Orleans isn't well, I'm not gonna say it's too terrible, but we usually don't, like the cops are black for the most part here for a good chunk of them.
Orleans Parish, yes. Jefferson Parish, hell no.
I said Orleans, so yeah. And
I said New Orleans, so I think most people think Orleans.
So it's like, but I also realized too that like they're also not like they're not super professional like crazy because like they don't come out to the scene of the crime fast at all.
Which is super.
I mean, in the white neighborhoods they do, but that's in any city.
Right, and so I'm not gonna let myself feel unless if I absolutely have to defend myself. I'm gonna have to do what I have to do to save myself or anybody that's around me, but it's also learning what justifies and what doesn't justify saving yourself. Because there's a lot of specific technicalities apparently. Like, I was like, where's that coming from?
Yeah, I thought
that was
candy. I was just like, what's in there?
I was like, what is he doing? But
And if it was coming from the candy, I'd be okay. I'm built different.
What's that monster? What's that green monster from Minecraft?
a creeper.
Creepers?
Oh man.
No. Anyway, no, I think about that a lot. Like, if you want to protect yourself and then someone kills you and then they find out you had a permitted gun on you, they can be like, oh, well, he was just defending himself. And it was like, he hadn't even pulled his gun out yet. But he had a gun on him.
Yeah, but if you basically how it works is like how it was explained to me, at least for like having concealed carry. Concealed carry is a little bit different because a lot of times people like apparently I found out that a lot of cops do get concealed carry permits because it's pretty effective as a way of defending yourself, like unlike a badge. Literally, like my instructor was like, the only difference between somebody with a concealed carry permit and a cop is a badge, literally. Because at the end of the day, a cop has more right to justifiable homicide than a regular citizen.
Yeah.
And literally, he was like, the problem with is that we sometimes, as much as we're like, because we're apprehensive with the police and everything like that, but we can't always allow them to save us, pretty much, because we're fearful of them. We don't know what the fuck what they have planned and shit like that. And I took up my particular class and everything because I wanted to learn. I was interested in learning in general because my family has military background and hunting background, stuff like that. So I was interested in doing and learning how to use weaponry in the first place. But I also wanted to learn because you get a lot of actual knowledge as far as law, what justifies saving yourself and what doesn't, certain things like that, how people can play that to their advantage, as far as like how some crimes have been gotten away with because of a technicality. Like I think I said it before, like there was a particular incident where an individual, this Trayvon Martin case, I think I told you guys about this, how George Zimmerman had on a technicality was able to get away with doing that because of the way that he may have initiated literally everything, but the second he pretty much
Martin tried to defend himself.
No, the second George Zimmerman backed away, technically, because remember he like fell to the ground or something like that. He hit his head.
Yeah.
That justifies if you justifying a justifiable homicide in that instance is if you get hit and like he got hit in the head, right? And like they have pictures of him like bleeding all over. But people, if you know, if you get hit in your head in any context, if it scratches or anything like that, the head has a lot of blood vessels in it, and it'll pour blood. That was enough of an instance to look at it and say, that's enough of assault. I can kill it. And that's how he got away with that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And it sucks. But he had a concealed carry.
Drunk that night too?
I don't know.
I don't know
he did.
about that.
But he had a concealed carry license.
But he was also told by EMS.
He was. But what did I say?
Leave him alone.
But remember what I said. He attacked him first. But the second you back away from somebody and you say, if you verbally say it and somebody can justify it, I don't know if somebody testified against him or whatever, but if you, and did he have the police on his phone still?
Yeah, they called him.
Did he have it on his phone? He had it on his phone when he was being attacked.
Yeah, because he was a part of the neighborhood watch.
So one of the things that like my teacher was basically like, he said pretty much he got away with it because they heard him saying, stop, don't do this, stop attacking me. He initiated the attack, but in any instance, the second you back away and you become a passive person, and somebody persists the attack, you have the immediate ability to defend yourself, and that's the worst possible part about it. But that is,
I would like
on
to
the
say,
technicality how it went.
just to say,
so that's the point
on the law wise.
Right. So
I will say that like we don't condone what he did. We're just saying like
That's literally how it works.
How he got away.
Yeah, and I'm saying, and that's why I was kind of interested. I was interested in like what are the justifications for stuff like that. So I took the class because I was like, there's got to be a lot more. And believe it or not, if you get into an incident like that, you have to be questioned. Especially if you have a license like that, you have to be questioned and be like, well, did you take the class? Who taught you? They have to pull your teacher's thing and subpoena him to be in court to make sure that you were taught properly, and that's how the story ends up weaving in and out of your favor. And that's the worst part about it, but that's the way that you have to arm yourself in order.
So you think as a black man, you think they're gonna err on the side like he was trained?
It depends on if they find out you have a license like a license like that, like a carry permit license. Bringing that up definitely adds another layer of complexity to the thing. If you don't have it,
ultimately it's going to help in most cases.
In most cases, I wouldn't actually.
You don't think your race would trump any sort of training that you had?
Your race would trump? It depends. Like I said, it would depend. There have been instances where people have gotten away with it, and it just depends. Literally, how it was explained to me was imagine like literally all of the people on your jury, if you ever have to go through it, are like old sympathetic people, and you need their sympathy. What is the best way to get every single one of them on your thing to make it without a shadow of a doubt that you were defending yourself in the proper way?
Be white.
Yeah. Not have a gun. Not have a gun. Not have weapons.
And I don't want to make it seem like we're making it out of like a racial thing, but like that's the answer.
Yeah, that's the answer.
That's a common excuse.
What I want to say is that there was an article. I'm not sure if the perpetrator was black or white, but the person defending himself and his kids was black, and he pulled a gun and killed a dude. Was he bringing for questioning? But yes, but he got away because it was shown by proof and everything that he was defending himself. He didn't have concealed carry, it was open carry, but he still was like, this person's fine. He had kids in the car, person tried to take the vehicle, he defended him and his kids, and pop, that's it.
That's like a case where it's like there's a lot of variables that play in the defendant's favor.
But those cases seem rare. Like the people without weapons, like he could have had a gun. Was enough evidence for black people to get shot.
I think we're thinking about like people to people, and
it's all case by case.
Yeah, but I think we're talking about like civilian versus civilian.
Yeah.
But I think in Winston's brain,
it's like
I'm not saying my brain, and I'm saying maybe your brain too went straight to like people versus police officers. And when we say people, I mean black people versus police officers, where it's like almost never in our favor.
That's what we're so used to seeing.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is it's never the right idea to go at a police officer with a gun anyway. And
no. I'm saying in the situations where it's just like we listen and everything, and they still like shoot us in everything. I didn't think of a right word.
And then they can use that as an excuse, like, oh, he had a gun on him.
But I was person to person is a different.
Said that as a start.
Person to person.
We're
trying to like justify that person to person is a different thing entirely, and you are, if you follow, certain set, if you understand how to.
Speak about like.
No, hold on.
Your car. I thought you were thinking.
Isn't it like? But it's almost like the same thing when like if somebody like broke in here and because it's intruding, Gawain shot him. If the guy ran out in the hall and Gawain was keep shooting him, then it would be like Gawain.
That would be the second somebody puts their foot on that door in Louisiana, you have the right to kill them, like to shoot them.
What is that called?
Stand your ground. Or castle law, castle doctrine, or whatever. Yeah. Like the second
it's intruding too.
It's intruding. Yeah. If somebody intrudes and you shoot at them, they're at fault. The second they turn away and they leave, stop.
The house.
The second there's a lull, basically the second there's a lull in the situation, like if there's like a crime of there's like crimes of passion and stuff like that where they can technically have a justification. Like if you walk into somebody's cheating on you and you're like, I'm gonna beat this nigga up, and you beat him up and you beat his head in or something like that. Yeah. That's a crime of passion. The second you walk out and come back in and you attack,
that's something for you.
That's premeditation.
That's
first degree
super
murder.
hard to prove because like the second you leave, like
there's a witness then. Like at that point. Especially in that particular instance, there's a witness, which is why you play up the. This is why you're told to play up the encounter. So if something is happening, and you're getting, somebody's probably becoming aggressive, you can match that aggression and not attack them. You'd be like, hey, back away from me, please. I'm not trying to hurt you, and you play it up. You try to make sure that people can hear you and that you're being very clear in what you want. You try to back away because you don't want to do this. You don't want to shoot somebody, but if you absolutely have to, you have to save yourself in the sense that people don't care about you in the world. I mean, we care about each other, but that's about it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, will the jury care that you?
Yes, because you literally
But like they don't know what you said in the moment. They weren't there.
You can have witnesses, like I'm saying, which is why you play out the scenario. If you have a phone, record.
Start recording. Okay.
If you like start recording audio.
Okay.
If you've got somebody, if you're in a neighborhood,
like video.
start,
I feel like it's a thing to like somebody breaks in a house. Like I think it's okay to videotape. Like, hey, it's evidence you have their face.
Yeah.
And if you have a gun, too, get out.
Oh no, literally here, the second they like get on your property and you don't want them on your property, if they get to the door and they start trying to bang on it, you can shoot through the door and kill them. That's a thing.
That happened to what's her name?
And you won't get in trouble for that because that's saving.
There was a case like this with an older white man and a younger black woman where she was like drunk and I think she like crashed her car and she was looking for help, so she was like banging on his door and he shot like his shotgun through the door and killed her.
And he got away with that, right?
I think he might have gotten
or he might have gotten a reduced sentence.
Something like that. I don't know if
Probably
it was
got
like,
away with it.
I forgot
There's
her name.
There's another instance too where it's like I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
But there's another. We can get off the topic in a second, but there is another.
We kind of are off topic because originally on gun control.
Well, this is all talking about the same.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say before
gun laws, gun control,
gun laws.
Civilians
We can go back to gun control, but all I was gonna say is there is like one other rule where it's like saving yourself because you could like if you have an open carry state and you defend yourself, that's fine. If there's drugs involved, you're automatically voided. You could like all that shit is just like thrown out the window.
Yeah, because you're
Don't
under
do
the
drugs.
influence. Yeah, we don't know.
No, you don't even have to be. You don't
have drugs.
No, you don't even have. You don't have to be under the influence. If you have drugs around or anything like that, it could just be like, oh, you're fucked up.
So nigga, throw away all that ibuprofen. You got to get rid of that shit.
Not how you
It's a drug. It's a drug.
But so yeah,
I know illegal sucks. Illegal sucks. But I will say, like not unlike the three of them, I'm not a real fan of guns.
I'm built different.
I'm not.
Neither is Winston too much.
I'm not a fan of guns. I don't like guns. If they can be removed and shit like that, I know like in the UK it doesn't really stop crimes from happening because
In fact, it's sometimes a bit more violent.
It's because they use like knives and shit and they're
People
like,
are just spiteful as fuck.
But like people, like countries like Japan, like they have strict gun laws and it works. Why?
But
Because
they're knives and like
But
beatings.
why?
But you're not listening. Like, but they're not like they're shit like battery and like batteries with a bludgeon weapon, right?
Yeah.
Like that shit for them is all the way out because
There's
they
a lot
don't
of
have guns.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
people.
And, like,
but those
gang
aren't random
violence.
acts of violence. Those
Yes,
are,
some of them are.
Some of them are.
There are.
I mean, maybe and call this as being as barbaric for a Japan thing, but you know, there's no more samurai. There's still the whole honor system.
There's a lot of.
Don't forget about the Yakuza.
I think that's fair though.
And the triads and everything. Organized crime is fair, my nigga.
What?
I mean, you're not randomly killing people.
But it's the same. Like,
Yes,
like
they
they
kind
do
of.
in
Yes,
this country.
they kind of. I don't want to put that in.
Okay,
the
it's
video.
like Yakuza, triads, or mafia.
we're not involved, and nor do we want to be involved with any of these people. We're sure you're nice, but we're good.
Do they get their hands on guns and do this shit? Yeah, probably, more than likely. Unlike with gangs that might just go willy-nilly, as far
They're
as...
targeted.
They're
pretty targeted.
They're pretty... What? The gangs or triads and stuff?
What you're talking about?
The whole thing is like organized crime is that they don't fuck with random people.
Yeah, they don't fuck with random people, and even though they still is probably is illegal, as long as business is going through a business, then there's no need to try and go and shoot someone unless this
It makes
person's
things
fucking me
messy,
over.
yeah.
Okay, well, since you're gonna fuck up the business and what we're doing is not legit, let's cut that loose end real quick.
So you justifying it by saying Japan and places like that have lower gun violence because they have strict gun laws doesn't necessarily mean there's less violence. There's still violence, things like that.
But I'm
Just
just talking about random violence. Like a guy with a gun can walk into a movie theater.
There are a lot of instances of people just walking around. There was like a mass murder incident.
I think he's saying, I'm sorry to cut you off. I think what he's saying is that our rate is so high that it's weird. I think last year
we're skewed.
The rate of mass shootings that happened in the U.S. from January to June was like 140. They were saying that from I think 1970 to maybe 2012, that's how many shootings happened in between that time. But they had more happen in that, like 6 months of last year.
Yeah.
or I think it was even this year, but it was just a
Yeah, it was
big
probably last
number.
year because we haven't had a lot of incidents this
Well, we
year.
couldn't because
Yeah, and it's just like, why?
Yeah, it's probably, and I get that, but don't disregard the fact that there are also random acts of violence in these other countries too. There was an incident a couple years ago, I think in like the 90s.
I'm not saying the number's 0. I'm saying we have a majority. So how do we reduce that?
And I'm not saying you should not restrict guns because I'm perfectly fine with that. Like I
don't
believe
think restricting it is the problem.
and banning is not going to happen.
I think
We're not going to ban them.
Better
We're controlling. We're not banning. So it's different.
I think that like with the police, like I think that they should get wellness checks like every 6 months, every year. They should do like a physical.
You talking about for gun owners?
No,
Yes.
I'm talking about for
I
the
think gun
police.
enforcement.
For the police, and I'm gonna go to gun owners in a second. I'm sorry, but for the police, like I'm saying,
Wellness
like gun
checks.
owner wellness
Switch them over to different jobs that are less strenuous on the mind.
Right, wellness checks. If they need to go through that fucking training regimen every year to make sure they can do it, because you're supposed to be, to me, in tip-top shape. Because if somebody just ran away with my car keys and I call you to go fucking get them, nigga, you better go get my fucking car keys.
You can't be rusty. Like I haven't done it in a few months.
And you know what?
Like,
if he don't shoot you, you better not shoot that nigga neither. I say that all to say, same thing with guns. Every year, every 6 months, shit, every 3 months, if you have a gun license, you need to sit down and take a test to make sure you're okay in the head. Especially certain people, because they get sick in the head, they watch certain things. I want motherfuckers to make sure they in your search history, making sure you're not looking up something stupid or hateful, because that shit is fucked up.
Hey, now, that I could both agree and disagree with you. Checking the heads, make sure they're fine, that's great. But that's one thing I kind of hate that gun controls are trying to do. They're trying to prevent the probable cause of something going off.
Because at the end of the day, anybody can go off anyway.
Mentally ill or not.
Yeah, like, and then there's like certain.
I'm trying to stop. I said all that. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but that premeditation of those people who are like built in this hatred, especially, I hate to say it, those white people who are built in hatred of black people, Hispanic people, Latinx people, Asian people,
LGBTQIA people,
right, like
Muslims,
like all that,
literally
anybody who is not them,
hatred.
right? Like
we get that.
Literally, what your boy who, not your boy, it's not our boy. The one who killed the people in the church right after he killed his mom.
We don't know his name, and we don't need to.
We don't, fuck that nigga. Like, real talk. Anyway, like, it was easy for him to get the guns. He was too young to have the guns. Same thing with the young man that was like just now in Kenosha. Like, how the fuck does he have this shit? His parents knew about this shit.
His mom drove him.
Wait,
with an AR-15.
Okay, hang on. For that Kenosha kid, before he pulled the trigger to shoot whoever, he exhausted every option he could to not pull the trigger. Because footage does show that he was trying to run to the cops while he's being chased by other people, which are all either convicted felons or had parole. One people that had parole.
They wasn't chased by no convicted felons or people.
The kid was chased by the convicted felons.
No,
the one that
some
shot
of the
the arm off.
protesters, they did find out they had records, but they were not protesters.
They're protesters.
What?
Wait, chill out.
Protesters?
Did they have weapons?
Yes. One of them pulled out a freaking Glock.
Because of what? Because of people like him.
But
a Glock versus fucking AR-15.
To be fair,
what is it? A submachine gun?
He did
at the same time.
I'm asking. Is it a submachine gun?
We're not justifying.
Answer my question. Is it a submachine gun?
Assault rifle.
It is an assault rifle.
An AR-15 is not a full-on assault rifle. It's a rifle. It's a rifle, but it's not.
He brought a rifle to a what protest to help the police from these people who are rioting, quote unquote.
But that also
he wasn't
protest.
We don't.
No, he wasn't rioting. They were not rioting.
They were trying to be Minutemen, which is this illegal too, which is exactly the point. But we're also trying. But
no, a vigilante helps justice. He didn't do shit but try to kill some. He wanted to kill some people. That's what he wanted to do.
That was we cannot say that was his true intention or not.
I'm saying it is. You don't have to say I'm saying it is because I know it to be true.
All right, that's an assumption.
Right. And all I'm saying is bringing it back exactly to what we were talking about with the laws of protecting yourself. Hold on.
I'm not. It just looked like he made a sound effect to put his glasses on. He literally let.
Even like I said, even if He had no business. He was underage. He wasn't supposed to have a weapon like that in the first place. All that stuff can play against him in a case, but if what Gwen is saying is true, even if he was running away, and people could open carry fucking rifles. That's the thing that does exist. People walk around in the country. Niggas walk around with shotguns and shit just because
the
they want to.
Black Panthers did it. That's why the NRA fucking did lesson on gun laws. That's literally why that happened.
Right. Yeah. And all I'm saying, I'm understanding where Gawain is coming from in that instance. If what he's saying is true and he ran away, people being convicted felons or not, if you're trying to save yourself and you're exhausting all of the options, then you have a more sound argument to say that you're saving your own life. Is it justified? No. You're not supposed to be there in the first place. You're a 17-year-old with a gun, with an AR-15. That is not. You're not supposed to be there anyway. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to have this gun in the first place. Your mom shouldn't have dropped you off over there. You're a piece of shit for being over there in the first place, acting like you're some grown-ass man. And
wait, his mom dropped him off or he walked? I heard
his mom dropped him off.
His mom dropped him off.
He
and
doesn't
listen.
Okay. He does not even live in that same.
He doesn't live in that area.
I know that.
He couldn't walk there, my nigga.
He had to drive. His parents had to drive. And like, it's sad because people like. I remember. I want to talk about this too.
I was watching. I'm sorry, but like I was watching the footage. The kid didn't deliberately aim the gun. No, he got down, was rolled over, and then dude grabbed the business barrel and tried yanking it from him. And he got all that movement.
If you watch the video,
that's gonna be a discharge.
If you watch the video, I also heard why they attacked him. Oh, he shot somebody.
No, that might have been after the fact.
No, that's I literally watched when I heard it. You can hear him like, why are they chasing him? Oh, he shot somebody.
But remember, you heard that in the video. But where's the footage that would justify?
But why would they be chasing him?
No, that's
fine too. But I'm saying
in a lot of those circumstances with them at the protest and they like attack white people, it's never like. And I say
it's people stirring shit. It's people stirring shit.
The people who are getting attacked.
They're stirring shit.
Yes, but does that give you the right to run after him too?
But like I said,
no, it doesn't yet.
Like I said,
if he didn't do anything and he was just there with a gun, it doesn't give you the right to just run after that nigga. That just means he's just gonna shoot you and be right.
One of the footage that was shown,
there's no button
was a white bald dude who was a convicted felon and I think a child predator at the same time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he looked at the dude and said, "Shoot me, nigga! Shoot me, nigga!" Like that goes.
You're a child predator. We should get you.
But to be fair, like people with records, I mean, they were obviously on the right side of history if they were willing to protest with Black Lives Matter. So even if they had records, does that really matter? If they serve their time, does it matter?
It's the child predators.
Child predator? Okay, if they serve their time as a child predator,
I think he's saying without the fact that the like sexual assault of a child or a person, he's just saying like, hey, they're
on our side,
trying to be peaceful.
Yeah,
and then this asshole piece of shit
starts pointing his gun around.
It makes sense. I'm saying is a lot of those situations I get like this one's like. I don't know, but like 9 times out of 10, those.
This one aside,
I'm saying all of them. I'm saying most of the time when you hear about it, it's not just like, oh, they attacked him, and then somebody else was like, nah, I was there. He called everybody a nigga and spit on one of them, and then they beat his ass.
That's justifiable on the protester side to do that. Then him defending himself would just be like, it would be a strange loop. Instigating doesn't. Sorry.
Verbal assault is a thing.
That's what I'm saying. Instigating
as in it's premeditated that they're gonna go there, upset these people, and try to get a rise out of them because of the high emotion.
You don't like, and on that instance, what I'm saying in that regard, yes, he started some shit. Starting the pot.
Instigation isn't a crime.
That's true.
It isn't a crime, but it could. There could be a defense that you were trying to start some shit, and people could make convicted for starting shit.
I honestly don't think the kid was starting shit. I honestly say that the kid was,
unless we have some deep mind shit.
Yeah, we can't.
Dwayne, I don't think you can say something like, I don't think the kid was starting shit when he came from a different state that he lived in to go to another state
with a gun he was too young to have in his possession
to help with help.
And that because that
with
instance
the protest.
he
wasn't there to help with the protest. He said he was going to defend these buildings from the riots.
Because he wasn't
help with the
That's
counter
not
protest.
Listen,
Counter protest.
that's not his job. He's not a police officer.
No,
he didn't have to come from.
And I agree.
He didn't have to come from all the way where he was supposed to do that.
And I agree with that. I agree with that. He had no right in doing that kind of stuff. But the only thing that I'm saying is, with that kind of situation, go by the whole law thing or how things turned out. Because that kid's going through court and shit.
Is it? Yeah. What's going on?
That much I don't know. That could probably find that information.
I don't even know his name or anything. So
but
you just call him a piece of shit. It suffices.
But I mean, for the kid to say that did he shoot someone? Yes. I'm saying he probably shot someone out of fear and panic. Because it's 3 dudes all on him.
I mean,
there was 3 dudes on you.
Did he kill any of them? No.
He blew an arm off. He damn near blew an arm off with one thing. And that's a 5.56. That is possible.
That is possible, yeah. That's a maiming tool. But that's like that. Like whatever happens,
it's so mixed and complex in there. It's kind of hard, but
it's gonna be the justice that people are gonna think about getting from that may not be what is probably not gonna be what people are expecting or gonna be expecting to get from that case. Whatever we can be as mad as we want, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure based on like whatever they might review, that's gonna be an extremely even if he might even get a reduced sentence, and that would. To be honest,
definitely try him as like a teenager, not an adult.
But if he gets anything, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he got nothing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got a sentence either. But he wouldn't be tried as an adult, and he wouldn't be getting like 20 years to life or anything like that.
I just want to say I'm not disagreeing with Dwayne with the whole that whole video that we see in that whole situation.
Are you looking at the bigger picture?
I'm looking at the fact that like. Him coming all the way over there to say he's...
It's fishy. It's fishy as shit.
That was not his business.
That's not his business.
One of the things...
The video... I get what you're saying with the video and shit, but that you being like, that's what he came for. Like, nah, that nigga came... He wanted to start some shit. That's what I think, honestly.
All I'd like to say is... At the end of the day, like when it comes to guns control and stuff like that, everybody's of course gonna have to be entitled to their own opinion. But getting defensive about like no, this is like looking at things objectively, even as dark and as bleak. Oh shit! Oh, my headphone. There we go. As dark and as bleak as like things are is for America right now. As much as we don't like to talk about like I don't like guns, I don't like this and like that. The sad reality of it is we're gonna be faced with guns regardless, and it sucks. And everybody can hate guns. I don't like guns. I don't want to shoot a gun. All of us, I'm pretty sure, has had an encounter, good, neutral, or negative, with a gun at some point in time. I own one. Gwen's in the Army. Winston went to a range with me and Gwen. You may have had like a neutral experience or whatever.
I only had positive and neutral experiences.
A few weeks ago, going by one of my friend's houses, he lives downstairs. His upstairs neighbor was on a balcony showing his other neighbor, a girlfriend, how to use a gun. I'm walking up, going to my friend's house, and the way the gun was pointed was like I'm looking straight into the barrel, and I'm like, and the guy's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Literally, when I'm leaving, I felt the same thing that like I kept turning around because I'm like,
is he there?
Right, I'm like, nigga, you could have did this inside. Second, I just don't like that shit.
My final point is related to Get Out. If you guys remember one of the final scenes when the black guy...
Still haven't watched that movie, honestly.
It's a great movie.
Really?
We're not talking...
Anyway,
time out. The next time we hang out, we're watching...
we will change this fact. Don't worry. Anyway.
And we watching Us.
Okay, so Get Out. Have you seen Get Out, right?
Bits and pieces.
Okay.
Chris is his name.
Chris, at the end of the movie, he beats the white people, finally.
Rose's family, the Aldridges.
Yeah, the racists or whatever. He rips the gun from her, and he has it pointed at her, but then the police roll up. Who wants to be a black person caught with a gun defending themselves?
The gun had no ammunition, so he was strangling her. He was strangling her.
No, she was gonna shoot him. He threw the gun away.
Right.
And then strangled her. But that's the cut. That's the movie cut they showed because they wanted it to have a happy
Point
ending.
is, imagine if he had the gun in his hand, pointed at her,
what you're talking
defending
about,
himself at the end of the movie.
There's another cut of the movie. You could Loki call it the real ending, where he like is about to shoot her, or he strangled her, and the police roll up and he goes to jail.
And it's like,
that's right.
No, the original cut.
The original cut was police.
The original cut was police. And they
but the point
it.
is, you don't want to get caught defending yourself with a gun, and you actually have a gun, and think you're gonna get away with it. Like even if you were defending yourself, like even if it was legal, even if you had a permit, like they're getting black people that don't have guns on them. I don't want to be caught with an actual gun defending myself, because I'll probably go to jail. Because I mean, there's already a precedent. Not having a weapon, me going to jail. So, if I have an actual gun, that's guaranteed go to jail.
Like, will Bycams come more mandate?
Oh, you mean when they turn them off? All right.
Yeah,
let's move on.
yeah. There's
They can't turn them. They can't turn them off on purpose. On person. It's remotely done back at the station.
That's even
somebody
worse.
at the station that's also a cop on the cop's side. What?
I'm just saying, there's a lot of
Police
situations where they're supposed to have a body cam.
Or they're too poor to have body cams.
Yeah.
Like Kenosha.
Yeah.
But the body cam it's we can't find it. It's shut off. Oh, okay.
How do you press record?
That's all.
Do it again. I wasn't looking.
Kill a black man again. I ain't saying.
All right, I wasn't saying that, but
That's
I mean, might as well.
yeah. Okay, George.
Okay. Final points.
I think like the final points I want to say is that like
Yes.
I'm for gun control
we can
to a
talk about
point,
it. I'll
but I
get up
think
early.
there's some stuff that's kind of just clashes with different states. Like I think we like unless I said this before, we all know that one of the most strictest areas to get a gun, if not California, is New York.
Oh yeah.
And
The South is like where we are. Of course, is like getting guns is the easiest thing in the fucking world.
And in New York,
Why do you
if
think
you're
they
not
call
even
it
a
Wallace
citizen
Chopper
of
City,
New
my
York
nigga?
and you come in with a
No,
gun,
easy it is to get an AK-47.
like if you do all the following
out
steps, going to
Well,
the
back in the
airport, you
day,
check your
it was
stuff,
easy
no
as
stuff,
shit.
they go through
Gun
the
shop,
check.
just get it an AR-15.
You do all that stuff and you're approved,
And
you
they just
take
take
it
us
up
to
with
a
you and packed up away on a plane. It's not on you, it's packed away, but it's coming with you. A white lady had did that. She went from her state to New York. And when she was leaving back, said that she had a gun. The airport's like the TSA was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Something's not right.
And police came by and arrested her for having a gun and was not a New York citizen. She flew all the steps, all the checks, all that stuff.
Wait, for not being a New York City. What?
If you're not a New York citizen,
Resident?
citizen. If you're not a New York citizen,
We're all U.S. citizens.
New York.
New York.
Resident.
They get
Resident. The point is, if you're not born and you're not like certified in New York, if you come in with a gun or you're found with a gun and you're not a resident of New York, you are automatically considered a felon.
I think a better word is licensed.
Licensed? Yeah, if you're not licensed in New York, you're automatically considered a felon.
That's why you
Just
have
for
to
carrying a gun.
You have to be very careful about how you travel if you have a concealed carry. Like you have to do your research. There's another one.
Might be concealed. If
There's a gun in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing where it's like, fuck. How does it go? You're told in concealed carry class. We're gonna get to Batman in a second, guys. Trust me. And that'll be the last topic. Shut up, Winston.
I don't care about Batman.
I don't care either, but George wants to talk about it.
Okay.
There's a thing where it's like, if you you can have a gun in your car and everything, and you're going to another state. Say, for instance, you're going between states, and you have to travel between a state that has restrictive gun laws or whatever. Driving through a state is fine, but you have to be fucking godly. You have to be godly with your driving and make sure that you don't get in any trouble on the way. If you stop at any point with a gun in like another state, like say for instance, you're like, let's just say for instance that like New York has gun law. New York City, like New York has bad gun laws, right? Like restrictive gun laws. You can't have a gun at all, like Gwen just said. Let's just say for instance, I don't fucking know, New Hampshire and another state,
New Jersey.
New Jersey, they all have gun laws that are loose. You can have a gun.
Pass through.
And you're just trying to go between the two of them.
Yeah.
You better hope to God you don't get stopped somewhere in there if you don't stop for gas or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the second you stop and you get questioned and you have the gun, that's a felony.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful about how you travel. So sometimes it's better to like just ship your stuff over there if you're going to bring it, things like that. There's
Is that even if like you're in a moving van and
if you're in a moving van, that's why it's easier. Like it's easier to ship everything, which is why you just don't fuck with it at all.
gun wise,
yeah.
That's so shitty. Imagine if your driver's license, like, from Louisiana didn't work in Georgia, and they're like, you're driving without a license in Georgia. The fuck do you mean?
This is a pretty valid license because it's got all your information.
I think now they're what is it called now? What kind of ID? They're going to what is called the real ID, which is supposed to turn into like a passport.
Yeah, it's
pretty much. I need to get one.
Yeah,
I want to go travel out the country.
It's $120 or something like that.
That's a passport. I know
it's expensive. It's all your information stuff. But anyway, while we're talking about all this, today, honestly, apparently is National Batman Day. And I just
today.
It's today.
Okay.
And I just wanted to I want to talk about. I have a question for the cast before we go. Why do you guys like Batman?
I don't.
It's just like just like when we were kids. Why do we like him?
I actually never did. Honestly,
I actually didn't care too much.
What are you laughing at?
Like, if anything, I like the Justice League. I didn't care too much of the Batman at the time. And I look when the Batman now, the villains.
I will say that's probably the best thing about Batman. His like set of villains are
It's called the Rogues Gallery, apparently.
I will say the only thing about Batman is like George is gonna like hate it, but like the way they portray him in like the Justice League and stuff like that, he had a lot more empathy because he was a real person as far as like being a regular person.
He was supposed to tie the group. Well, no, he didn't. He was the one who was like, make sure you guys are good. I think Green Arrow was the one. I think the Flash and Green Arrow were supposed to make everybody like chill out. Like we're supposed to be good guys.
Mm-hmm. But
what about you, Winston? Do you like Batman?
I honestly think Batman can beat Superman, so...
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
No.
We're not talking about that.
I think Batman can beat Superman.
Don't look over here. You're a fucking idiot for thinking that.
Admit that, and I think it's really important.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Batman has the skills, the technology to beat...
The skills to get his ass beat by a planet-busting man.
Like, he...
I want to talk about why I don't like him, and I don't like him for very, very political reasons. And I know Winston's on his phone because he doesn't care and stuff like that.
Ooh.
But I will say, like, he's a cool character when I was a kid. I love Batman. Running around the house acting like I had a fucking cape on was so fucking fun.
Batarangs and shit, niggas and shit.
Batteries. Evil door. I got you now, Joker. Just throw another battery at him. Fucking triple D.
Stop! I quit! Oh, not just heavy, man. You need to chill out.
Another good day citizen in Gotham City. Anyway, I don't like that nigga because he just uses his money to beat up poor people. That's what he does. Yes. I'm sorry. Like,
well, Kingpin doesn't count. He's rich.
Kingpin doesn't, like, his low-key, his villains don't count, but literally some of those villains that he's like
his
that fight him
and stuff.
Some of the villains that he's made like that have like fought him, he's made them like there's only a few of them who've literally come between circumstance, and a lot of them are like circumstantial. Like a lot of them have been tested on and shit like that. Instead of being like, hey, let's get you some help, he's like,
wait, like Lex Luthor, for example.
That's not one of his villains. Shut up.
That's Superman.
And so,
oh really?
Yeah, it's just a bald nigga. At the end of the day,
I don't got no hair. Fuck you, bro.
But they kind of like respect or recognize each other because of technology.
Yeah, they don't talk though. They don't talk. His tech, he uses his company to make all that tech.
So
if y'all listen. But you know who really makes all that shit? A black man called Lucius Fox. Lucius Fox makes all that shit for them. And when he doesn't do it, this nigga fucking Bruce Wayne / Batman says, alright, I'm gonna fire your ass then. When fucking Wayne Tech was going on in the movies, when he was just like, Wayne Tech's going under, I need somebody to give it to because I don't need this shit no more. Guess who he gave it to? His failing company. Fucking Lucius Fox. This nigga, he doesn't like people. He's a piece of shit and I hate him. I fucking hate him. This nigga like, stop selling dimes and he'll break your fucking necks. It's like literally...
Bane fucked that nigga up though.
Bane fucked that nigga up, and you know what he did instead of doing it?
Bane is also
he's
like
super smart.
He's also got like mental problems too, right?
They all do. the reason Joker came about is literally because of Batman. It's all his fault.
He never had the mental problems until he overdosed with the venom.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a what's that thing called?
Venom.
No, what is it called?
Ivy?
Keep going. It's a medical term. It's like attachment. What's the term I'm looking
Addiction.
Risk.
for? Addiction, but it's another one. It's like
dependency?
There we go. He has a dependency on it, so he needs to have it to survive. If you take that shit out, he might die.
He won't. He's come off it before. In the comics, he's come off it before.
Why did they turn Bane to a white man when he was honestly a lucha libre dude?
Yeah, he was like Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Yeah, why did they turn him white in the fucking movies?
I don't know.
I
No,
think-
actually, they turned him.
No, I think they didn't want a Hispanic villain.
No, they turned
I feel
him
like that
Middle
would
Eastern.
look bad.
He's Middle Eastern in the movies.
Oh, really?
He's Middle.
The pit that he drops him in, that's in the Middle East.
Oh, you're right.
You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
That's a weird.
Oh wow, we just kind of accepted that.
That's a
Middle
weird
Eastern
race.
villain. I can handle that.
That's a weird race change.
Yeah. it
Also,
is.
Tom Hardy's white, so
That's what I'm saying. Like
But
how
I said
the ancient
that all
one,
to say-
like how the ancient one is white in Doctor Strange. We never talked about
yeah, but she's white and bald. She just caught you his mom.
Gross.
Also, that nigga Caillou was evil. did you see the one where he hugged this? There's like a little clip where he hugs his sister. He stops and then he pinches her cheek, and like the next, he was like, "What the fuck? She's a baby. Like, calm the
Rose
fuck
didn't
down."
do anything
You
wrong.
need to fucking. I like he cut G. Anyway, Batman's a horrible person. I hate him so much. He literally preys on lower income communities, beats the shit out of its residents. Probably doesn't pay their medical bills.
With no repercussions.
No
he just
repercussions.
flies away into the darkness.
Right,
like a
everybody-
rich man.
And then somebody says, "Thank you, Batman," and he'd be like, "Fuck you." Like, he doesn't do anything.
It's
Just-
weird. They call the rich man with like a symbol in the sky, like "Rich man, come help, come
Right.
help beat
And
these
it's like,
poor people."
honestly, truly, it's not like
Insane.
niggas don't know it's him. Like,
Yeah.
who else has that much money to? He has. When I say this nigga has gadgets, he has gadgets. In the
got
old
fucking-
show,
he's got
shark repellent,
Commoners don't care.
bro. Shark
the
repellent.
fuck is shark repellent? How do you
Shark
test
repellent?
that?
How
I
do you-
need money to test that.
Bro, you know how do you even,
Money.
bro?
He's got Wayne nuclear energy.
Listen,
That's true.
I think Gotham's supposed to be like Chicago, Detroit. They don't have sharks up there. The water too cold. So this nigga had to get sharks to test repellent on.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's how much money this
And then
nigga is so
he
expendable.
went to the local aquarium and just started diving in there with the sharks and be like, they won't
I
die.
need it for my guests.
But like
what the fuck?
his whole storyline. So you mean to tell me this nigga became Batman because apparently the best theater in town is right next to this place called Crime Alley, and I'm supposed to feel bad that the stupid white people went down Crime Alley
Oh, Lord.
and got shot?
Would you then blame Bruce Wayne or the parents?
The parents.
So why mad Bruce Wayne?
Because he
molded him.
thought in his head, I gotta get back at all the villains who did this to my parents. So I'm gonna use every dime I have to beat the shit out of people who have no other means because I have the means to help them,
Or
but I'm
mental
not gonna do
health.
it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of them.
Batman's just spiteful.
At
And
that point, you might want to look at Alfred because Alfred was then made left to raise him.
Oh yeah, and Alfred's an instigator. I want all them niggas in jail. I want all them niggas in jail, and I want them to fucking dig up the Waynes and put them in the fucking jail too.
Damn.
They're not real people. But fuck Batman. Honestly, truly, like literally, have you seen the trailer for the new movie where he like beats the shit out the guy?
That's repression coming
Listen,
out.
but he beats the shit out the guy, and then there's a meme that says, "Pick up your trash," and it's so funny because that's how that nigga is. You fucking see somebody litter and fucking tear the roof off their car and be like, "Don't ever do that again," and like. He's like, people are scared of me. Of course, nigga, you descend on people, fucking break their necks open.
That's younger Batman.
No, but the older one too. He's like, they fear me. Like, of course, nigga, you shoot people with a grappling hook through their arm and hang them on the ceiling.
You brand niggas with a hot battering.
Right, of course I'm gonna be scared of you, nigga. Of course. You talking about you? There was a movie I literally watched. The Killing Joke, and in the movie it's animated. He dodged a bullet. Of course, I'm gonna be scared of a nigga who dodged a bullet. But you know what else I'm scared of? The infrastructure in Gotham City that's only perpetuated by the Wayne and Wayne Tech Industries because that nigga does nothing for their city. He wants.
He's getting it in
He
on
spends the least amount of money to still allow crime.
Right,
And it's-
exactly. Think about that. And the only other nigga, all the niggas who are supposed to like stop all this shit from happening, i.e., Two-Face, who was Harvey Dent, who was the district attorney doing so much for the city, he was like, calm your jets. And guess what happened in the movie? I'm gonna just put it as an example. Guess what happened in the movie? What happened to that nigga? He went crazy, didn't he?
Yeah.
I rest my fucking case. Wrap this shit up. I don't even want to say goodbye. Fuck Batman. Shut up.
No.
Fuck Batman.
No.
Shut up.
No.
Fuck Batman.
I got something for that. Because in the movie, the Joker is talking about two different destinations, didn't say who was where. If he did say who was where, he fucked over Batman saying the girls at this place was really Harvey Dent's. Okay?
Oh yeah, he did try to save her.
He was gonna save her, but he was gonna let the district attorney of the city die. Get this, so he can get some pussy. But he's gonna let somebody.
Not only some pussy, but the wife hit like Harvey Dent's wife.
Wait, not only that, Harvey Dent's wife, but Harvey Dent was helping the city. This nigga was running for mayor in the movie, I think, and he was gonna let that nigga die. So we can get some pussy.
His wife
that didn't want him no more in the movie. She was like, "I'm good on you," because she knew she was like, "I'm good on you, Bruce. You fucking slim dick bitch." He was like, "Oh, that makes her dick."
All right, well,
and
I have to watch the movie again to get my
he's a
facts
fucking
straight.
child predator.
Yeah,
Ain't no fucking way that he
It's
has
a
fucking
law.
young ass children
When
fighting
did
crime
it
with
come
him
out?
and some fucking
we're in high
short
school
booty
still.
shorts.
stop.
He does.
I'm not.
Does Batman now
I'm
have
not
fucking
going-
children with him in fucking booty
One of
shorts?
those are his
talking about-
son, man.
Doesn't he? They're in fucking booty shorts talking about let's go fight crime. And
I thought they
fucking clapping ass, and Batman's like, oh yeah, I'm so pumped. Let's fight crime together. Fucking ass clapping.
Okay.
Fuck Batman. I'm sick of this shit. I wanted niggas to know that he's not a
All
good
right,
person.
we're done. We're done.
I get it, but he
We're
just
done with
he
this.
beat the shit out of Lil Ray Ray last week because Lil Ray Ray was trying to give his
George,
mom something and
gotta
he
go
thought
to
it was a
work
gun.
tomorrow.
And he beat the shit out of the
We're going to
kid.
work tomorrow.
Okay, George, this is enough, all right? Okay, because we're coming up on the time right now, all right? I know you got work in the morning. I don't know if I got work in the morning. You got work in the morning. You got work in the
I
morning.
gotta work in the morning.
We all got work in the morning. I'm not sure. So we're gonna call the podcast in here, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, my name is Gawain. We got George to my left. We got Winston to my right. We got Karlton right across from me.
And I'm DJ Max in this song. That's what it sounded like.
DJ Pussy.
DJ Pussy.
Anyway, this is Ultraprism. The lights cutting off. Y'all have a good night.
Fuck you.
Bye.
Fuck Batman.